Bitcoin has seen a massive pump towards the upside, and on today's video I will be exactly explaining about what happened, about what level we're currently trading against, and what is most likely to be happening next, the most important news, the most important ETF news, and many more important charts. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap up that like button once again, back above 1,000 likes. That would be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So yesterday, Bitcoin created this new consolidation phase, like I discussed here, and yes, we saw another break towards the upside. And in yesterday's video and yesterday on Twitter as well, I stated that I think we could get one final push up towards 43.4 to 43.5k before potentially seeing a major rejection. But like you can see what currently happened, we moved up to 7k even, with a small wick on the top side, but basically somewhere around 43.6 to 43.5k we saw a major rejection exactly from that level that I was expecting. And currently you can clearly see this has been previously around massive resistance for Bitcoin, and once again we are currently retesting this level. So we are currently trading at a key important level in the market. Like you know, I flipped bullish on the exact bottom here on Bitcoin. I closed my long positions right here. Maybe you would argue it was a little bit too early, but right now I want to be seeing what that next move is going to be for Bitcoin, right? So currently we can see Bitcoin is of course getting rejected by this level right here. We broke out of the symmetrical triangle, broke upwards, and currently the question remains, are we going to be breaking above it and continue the way towards the upside, or is this potentially the short-term top and we're going to see a rejection? Honestly, if I'm just looking at the price section on Bitcoin, I won't be surprised that we're going to see a rejection and potentially move all the way back down to 42,000 US dollars, because 42,000 US dollars is a baseline of support that previously around we also got supported by, and at that point we could also create a perfect head and shoulders pattern, and that would be of course a massive opportunity to be trading Bitcoin. And honestly, if we were to be moving down, I will be looking at long positions around the region of 41.4k up to 42,000 US dollars. So that is my game strategy right now here. Yesterday I said I want to be longing Bitcoin if it's going to come down, and today I am saying I want to be longing Bitcoin if it comes back towards this region right here, because this will be for me an interesting region to be looking at Bitcoin long positions. And of course, as time continues and if we are going to come down, I will be exactly discussing my targets here on my YouTube channel as Bitcoin is potentially going to be moving down here. So right now we are retesting literally major resistance. So in my opinion, it's not necessarily smart to say, okay, this is the time to be opening up long positions on Bitcoin, because, and first of all, the reason why I want you to be a little bit more careful right now here is that there is almost no liquidity on the top side for Bitcoin. And also, if you're looking at the monthly liquidation heat map, you can clearly see that all the current liquidity being built up in the market is below us, and due to that, there could be a very big possibility that Bitcoin is still going to come down. It could still come down towards this region between $39,000 and $40,000. I mean, yes, we've seen a very strong recovery back towards the upside, but this could definitely be a scenario that could be playing out. I mean, you won't be expecting it, but this is definitely a structure that Bitcoin has been creating many times before. So please don't be fooled and don't go all in towards your long positions right now. And I'm also not 100% sure that I will be opening up a trade right here, because Bitcoin still could be going lower. And of course, I will be opening up my trades only if I see I've got a 90 to 95% conviction it's gonna go up, or I will only open up a short position if I will say, okay, now I'm almost 100% sure it is going to come down. And currently, I won't be opening up a short position. Why? Is because I am not 100% sure Bitcoin is really going to come down from off this level. And I mean, yeah, Bitcoin could still push up higher, but there is also liquidity being built up on the lower side, what is making myself a little bit more bearish. So there are mixed signals in the market right now, and due to that, I can't clearly tell you Bitcoin is going to see a massive rejection from off this level, or Bitcoin is going to be massively pushing above this level. And like you know, if you've been following the channel, I was very convinced Bitcoin was going higher from off this point, lower from off this point, lower from off this point, and lower from off this point. But now in this current stage of the market, I can't necessarily tell you, and this may be a very bad thing, but I can't necessarily tell you exactly where I think Bitcoin is heading towards, because there's just not enough data for me to say Bitcoin is right now exactly going to go up. And in such kind of periods in the market, you should be very careful with trading Bitcoin, because that could potentially lead in towards a loss for your trade. So the thing that I am currently seeing is, of course, there's a lot of liquidity being built up on the lower side. I mean, honestly, Bitcoin is trading against resistance, also against this level right here. The previously ranked provided massive support, here got us rejected, and of course caused this move towards the downside, and currently we are retesting this level again. So I am a little bit bearish if I'm looking at this chart, but of course if I'm looking at the momentum and purely analyzing the strength of the chart right here, because if I'm looking at the movement that Bitcoin is currently creating, it's a very sharp movement and not like a rounding top structure, something like this, because that is more a bearish kind of a structure, but this is a very exponential structure, what is quite a bullish structure. So the structure looks good, and also if you're looking at the weekly time frame, and the Bitcoin weekly time frame is creating massive hammer candles, which is looking very good. But on that shorter term time frame, I could potentially say, oh wow, but we're running into resistance, liquidity is being built up on the lower side. So due to that, I can't necessarily tell you exactly what I think is going to be happening next year. I mean, if we're looking at the ETF flows here, what is of course very important to be looking at. Yesterday, Grayscale sold approximately $192 million worth of their GBTC, or basically their Bitcoins. And that is of course still causing some more sell pressure in the market. But of course, as more Bitcoin is getting accumulated by iShares, BlackRock, or Fidelity, or these other ETF issuers, we will of course see the market absorbing this sell pressure, and that is of course very important to be paying attention towards as well. So of course we need to do our fundamental analysis, we need to do our chart analysis, but currently for me it is very hard to say exactly what is going on here, because I said this several times before already. We're basically in a gigantic consolidation phase, and you can see it right here. We're basically in a gigantic consolidation phase, and if you're looking at the weekly time frame as well, we've been already trading in this consolidation phase for over 76 days here, so for quite a long time already, for longer than 8 weeks. So this is of course very important to be paying attention towards, and this is not the time to necessarily lose your attention. So if you are interested in potentially trading Bitcoin in the future, just like I will be doing as well in the future if I see some more convictions in the market, make sure to go to the link description of today's video, because this is the last time, guys. You've only got 1 day and 16 hours left before this deposit bonus will be ending, and this deposit bonus allows you to claim a free $1,000 for only depositing $100 in your first 7 days if you sign up an account using the link below. So make sure to be quick. This deposit bonus will be ending in 1 day and 16 hours, and then it will never be available again. So check it out in the link description of today's video where you could be getting it. But this is very sad if you can't claim it, and it's only 1 day and 16 hours left. So make sure to check it out to claim this free $1,000 trade. So going further in towards the content, while we were sitting on the lower side, I said that this was the exact level where I think Bitcoin is going to be bouncing from, and that is also exactly playing out so far. Right now we're creating that V-shaped recovery. What I also stated was most likely to happen, and what I said after while we were trading on the bottom, that was my expectation what was going to be happening. Bitcoin will create a V-shaped recovery and then crash again to fool everyone. And I mean, honestly, that is still a possibility. I think that it is still very likely that that could be happening, because what we can clearly see is that basically the narrative tends to be following the price and not the price the narrative. So right now the price has been going up and everyone is saying, oh, but Bitcoin, it's so good, and GBTC outflows, they're not so bad. And while we were going down, everyone was saying, oh, but the GBTC outflows are too big. So the narrative is following the price. And if, let's say, GBTC is going to be dumping significantly, or some other parties is going to be dumping Bitcoin, we will most likely see once again a bearish narrative, and it could change very quickly. Just like right now everyone is bullish again here, the narrative changed. Everyone was super bearish in this stage right here. So things can change very quickly, and you shouldn't get fooled by the narrative in the market. And is if Bitcoin breaks above $48,000, because if Bitcoin breaks above $48,000, we're literally breaking into towards bull market territory. And honestly, if that happens, I will be, of course, extremely bullish. I mean, I'm already quite bullish on Bitcoin on the long term, but that would make myself extremely bullish on Bitcoin. Like I said earlier in today's video, I am super bullish on the long term on Bitcoin, but on the short term, I'm not quite sure, because on the long term, right now as well, the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, we are creating, look at this, we're creating these candles, these bullish hammer candles on the weekly time frame. This is just a very bullish structure and a very bullish candle close for Bitcoin, but we could still move down due to the fact what is happening on here in the short term. So there are mixed signals playing out in the market. We do know that we are approximately 75 days out before the Bitcoin halving is going to be here. And yeah, usually approximately 4 weeks before the Bitcoin halving, we tend to see a rally. So I still believe that there is a chance of a Bitcoin correction before the halving rally starts. And the halving rally I expect to really be starting at the beginning point of March. And that is of course an approximately month from now on. So I expect in 1 month from now on, we're going to see that Bitcoin halving hype getting started. And of course, once we break about 48,000 US dollars, like I stated earlier, that is the point where the bull market starts in every single previous cycle. At the stage we break above that very big resistance in the middle. So make sure to be a little bit more patient. We're almost there, And yeah, I will keep you guys updated about what is currently going on here. So guys, remember, there are mixed signals. We could go up or down depending if we break above this resistance. Of course, that's not the thing you would like to hear if you are watching my video, but of course I explained it in today's video. And more importantly, my gut feeling personally thinks we're going to go lower. Why? Is because of course there's resistance that we're touching and the liquidity that's currently building up on the lower side, even though the higher time frames are looking quite bullish here. So this is my opinion. Please don't trade on my opinion. Make sure to have your own opinion in the market. I am not a financial advisor, even though I've been right many times before. But guys, this was it for me in today's update video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.